Did you know that only 5% of our lives are actually run consciously, while the other 95% are run on autopilot by our subconscious mind? Hi, I'm Tejal Desai, your energy alchemist. That means right now, our thoughts, emotions, and choices are something that we caught on to maybe years ago. And you know what is the harm in that is we will keep repeating these cycles. And these have now become our habits. And the scary part is we will keep repeating these programs if we do not change it. Same faces, different places, but the same story. But here's the good news, you can change this through habituation and repetition. We can literally rewire our subconscious, just like we've done so far. We picked up those habits, repeated them, and those became our behaviors. Similarly, you can also change it, and that is exactly what this video is for. You will find out how my clients have achieved great transformations just trying out these simple hacks. So, what is the conscious mind? The conscious mind is more analytical, it is logical, but its memory is relatively short. Let's say, for example, like the RAM in your computer or the tip of the iceberg, which is visible. The subconscious mind, on the other hand, is the various memories that you have collated, the different habits that you've created, the behaviors that you have emulated, either from your parents, neighbors, or just people around you, right? This is like the hard drive of the computer or the big hidden part of the iceberg that is not visible. So here's a fresh look at the subconscious mind. A lot of people think that this is just deep thoughts, but in reality, or in neuroscience, it is your body's predictive survival system. What does that mean? It just runs the patterns that have been saved already. For example, remember learning how to ride a bike? Initially, it was all through your consciousness, and then suddenly it just became your subconscious. It was so easy to do, right? That is exactly how your patterns, become your emotional responses or reactions, so to say. The way you fight, the way you love, the way you expect things from people. This was trained, which also means they can be untrained, or you can learn new ways of handling the same situations. So here's what a lot of people do not realize, that subconscious can be changed through repetition. If you repeat something long enough, your subconscious does not know whether it is a fact or it is just something that you are repeating to yourself. This is how it helps you embed those beliefs, rewire them, and store them permanently into your life. That is what got you up till here, and that is exactly what will help your transformation. So, we keep hearing about Hebb's law, neurons that fire together, wire together. If you've seen musicians or athletes, they practice every single day. They start by understanding the notes, the sport, learning the rules, and then from the subconscious it becomes so habituated, right? And this is through the power of repetition. It is now ingrained into their subconscious so strongly and firmly. Emotional habits work the exact same way. We learned how to get angry at things that did not matter. We trained ourselves to get stressed on very little things. We also ensured how to react in love, in care, in situations that were also negative, in fears, in insecurities. But the good part is we can change that. How do we do that? With the same power of practice, of repetition, of habituation. Let's make these our go to ways of reacting to situations. So, your subconscious is not biased towards good or bad, it only follows what you repeat. Have you ever thought, why do affirmations not stick? It's because this is something that you do once in a day. You will have to go ahead and school yourself, right? How do you school yourself? Very simple. You practice criticism, you practice jealousy, and that is the outcome that you get of lack, of not being enough. But if you practice gratitude instead, in every moment, in every single day, then you don't just raise your frequency, you also open yourself up to much more joy that life has to offer. The subconscious is going to resist the change, right? Not because it doesn't like you, but because it feels safe. And anything new that you try is going to feel quite unsafe, unsure. At times, you will start questioning yourself. And this is what we want to do. We want to break that pattern. But how do we do it? It's very simple. This is a tool called pattern interruption. Let's say a person is raised in scarcity or lack. They will start feeling very unsafe when they're suddenly surrounded with abundance. But through a pattern interruption, what you can do is you can break your program and instead pick up something that is a diversion or interrupts that same pattern. For example, if let's say when I'm driving, I keep getting very angry. I know that this is my go to pattern, because of which I am now angry and I want to just express it. This is what I can do. Maybe just calm down, take a deep breath, count down from 10 to 1, see if that helps. You want to use something else, maybe a fidget toy, maybe something that will keep you busy versus, you know, focusing on the road and the person ahead of you. That could be your pattern breaker. Do what works for you, and you will see the moment you start picking these patterns, it won't be easy to stick to them. So what will you need to do? You will need to keep on repeating this. Keep repeating this until now this becomes your go-to way of reacting to anger. When you do this, the subconscious learns a new route of expression. Now here's the big part. Initially, or after a while, this might start feeling awkward. This might just start feeling like this is not you. But guess what? This is exactly where a lot of people quit. And the reason to quit is because it's uncomfortable. So remember, if you're being too comfortable with your reactions again, then this is not what you want to be. This is not the transformation that you're looking for. This is not the change you really want to ingrain in yourself. So here are 4 techniques to reprogram through repetition. The first one being visualization. You will have to go ahead and reprogram your mind to figure out how is it that you want to feel when you accomplish what you want to. How do you do that? Well, something as simple as, I know you create vision boards, right? Something that every one of us does. How about attaching a feeling to that visualization? How will it feel when you pick up that new car? Feel it, sense it, make it a part of your system. Because remember, your subconscious only remembers what you program yourself to do. So go ahead and do this, and then do it every single day. If you visualize a new house, go ahead and check out those properties that you've been looking at just to get the feel of it. How does that model house feel? How will it feel when you step into your own one? Second one, emotional anchoring. We just spoke about how to visualize with your emotions intact. Go ahead and attach that one emotion you want to feel every single time you try a new thing. For example, today, let's say I want to try cooking, something that I'm just not used to. But how can I romanticize this entire process as if I am not just cooking for myself, but hey, I've got a party coming in, and you know what? I got to put on a show. So why don't I go ahead in the kitchen and try it out? And how am I going to feel when people eat this? How do I feel, or what is it that I really want to feel when people appreciate the food that's laid out for them? For example, saying that, oh, I feel happy might seem a little weak. But if you just attach that with movement, if you attach that with a song, with any kind of music, then you will be anchoring your same emotion much strongly. The third one talks more about going micro. I know when we want change, we want big changes. How about dedicating just 1 minute a day to that new habit? How about dedicating just 1 minute a day to that new behavior that you want to practice, and then see the returns? Because when every minute you are doing something new and every day you are diligently showing up for it, Imagine what you can achieve in the next 365 days. The fourth technique is the sleep window programming. Remember, your mind is the most susceptible at two times during the day, one just before you fall asleep, and one when you're just waking up. That subtle time during which you can experience the theta waves is the time when you actually want to practice your wish fulfilled emotions. Emotions about how am I feeling? What am I doing? How am I dressing up for this? How am I showing up for this? As simple as that. So remember, your subconscious doesn't understand goals, it only understands what you repeat to itself. So ask yourself this one question: am I practicing the life that I really want, or am I just living the life that I'm stuck in? The choice is entirely yours. The transformation is also yours. The ownership of that life is also yours. So you have to take that accountability. If you need a partner, let me know. I'm right here. Please go ahead and share this with people who you think can help. Please share it with people who can utilize this, people who you think will be beneficial for. Like, share, and subscribe.